All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to start our post-race press conference for today's FedEx 400 Benefiting Autism Speaks here at Dover International Speedway, and we've now been joined by our third-place finisher, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet, Kyle Larson. And Kyle, a strong finish by your team today. You had a strong qualifying effort. We're able to back that up. Talk a little bit about the run at Dover and just really the team, how you guys are gelling together to hopefully get that first victory.
Yeah, it was a.
I think you're on. Yeah.
Anyways, it was a good day. Really happy with how our team rebounded from last week. Really happy with how our team rebounded from last week. We were terrible at Charlotte, and to get a nice run here this week is really good. So we were faster off the truck. We were good for most of the race. We got off kind of midpoint of the race and got really tight. I don't know why. And then, we freed up a lot and got better. So still weren't, as good as we were in the beginning of the race there at the end, but was able to line up in the right lines. It seemed like those last, I think, 3 restarts, and gain a couple spots each time. And the inside row there, that last one, spun their tires really bad and got a bad start. So we were all able to roll around them and kind of cruise to a third-place finish. So our first good run of the year. Hopefully we have many more. Hopefully this will kind of transition in some momentum for us, for our team, and we can start getting some more top 5 and top 10 finishes.
We've also been joined by our second-place finisher, Kevin Harvick, driver of the number 4 Ditech Chevrolet. And Kevin, another strong run for your team, another second-place finish on the season. But you definitely showed a lot of want there at the end to win the race. So talk a little bit about those last few laps and coming home in second.
Yeah, we just struggled, at the end of the race on the restart, really all day on the restarts. And once the track bar broke, we were pretty much in a box and just kind of had to hold on for the first 25 laps, and if we weren't, in the front, then we struggled to just maintain what we had. But all in all, everybody did a great job, and I think when you look at Dover, it's been a good racetrack for us. We've led laps and just haven't quite finished it yet, but a good solid day.
Okay, we'll take questions for Kevin or Kyle. If you have one, please raise your hand and state your name and affiliation, and we'll start with Dan.
Dan Gelston, Associated Press. Hey, Kevin, what did you get out of that meeting last night, and what do you feel? How do you feel can help either the drivers or the sport going forward?
Yeah, it was a good, positive meeting.
All right. Additional questions for Kyle or Kevin? Okay, we'll go to Mary, please.
Mary Jo Buchanan, Speedway Media. For both of you, can you talk a little bit about the conditions out there? It was hot. You really didn't have a break for a while until the very end. Can you talk about that?
I'll be honest, I thought the conditions stayed pretty consistent as we went through the day, and I think a lot of that just comes from the rubber being on the racetrack and really, so many divisions running on the same tire. So for us, we were tight from the beginning and pretty much stayed tight and got a little bit tighter towards the end, but nothing with a huge drastic swing for us.
And for me, I started off pretty good with I had good front grip, I thought, in the beginning, and I don't know if it got hotter or what throughout the race, but I definitely got tighter the midpoint of the race. And as far as conditions in the car, it was definitely hot there at the end. I don't know, maybe because I was working harder in there from the car not driving the way I wanted it to. But all in all, it probably wasn't the hottest race I've had in a stock car, but it's kind of always hot when you come to Dover.
All right. Any questions, final questions for Kevin or Kyle? Okay, we'll go to Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. I mean, it seemed like you guys are, the field had Jimmy covered for most of the day, and then he kind of comes up the end and wins again here. Is that all deflating the fact that it just seems like even on his dominant days, he still goes to victory lane?
I mean, this is a good racetrack for them, so they had everything line up for them, and had a good car, and they had a good car in practice, and were able to make it happen there at the end on a restart. So he's just good here.
Great. Last call for final questions for Kevin or Kyle. Okay, we'll take our final question up front.
Kyle, same question, just, at the end, going up against Jimmy and all his success here, what was that like?
I figured it'd be tough to have a shot at Jimmy. I knew Kevin was on older tires than I was, so I was hoping to get a good run on him. As we took off, and maybe I could time it to get to his outside into one. But he had a pretty good start, and I thought he almost got to Jimmy's outside there. So I was pretty surprised about that. But it was gonna be tough to get either of them, I think, because even though they had older tires than I did, I felt like they kind of evened themselves out there after cycles and decent run there the run before that last one.
All right, Kevin and Kyle, congratulations on solid finishes today. We wish you the best of luck at Pocono next week.